Hey everyone, this is Sumant,
And this is Tejas.
and for assignment 4, we use the tropical storm data to determine what factors create the perfect storm. Before we move on to our visualizations, we wanted to talk about some of our pre-exploratory data analysis assumptions. Our high-level task is what factors contribute towards the perfect storm characterized by strongest wind speed, and therefore we will only be looking at hurricanes. This is because hurricanes are the peak stages of tropical storms, which used to be former depressions. Therefore, they naturally carry the peak wind strength. This is further corroborated by NOAA classification data, which characterizes hurricanes as having sustained winds of over 74 plus miles per hour, whereas tropical depressions and tropical storms are both below this threshold. Now, moving on to visualization 1. Visualization 1's subtask is to determine the timing factor, essentially where storms are the strongest throughout the year. Here in visualization 1, we can filter out our data based on the seasons distributed over the month that they fall in. As we see here, the highest average wind speed occurs in August, September, and October. So that means the end of summer and early fall have the strongest wind speed and the best potential to create the perfect storm. Now moving on to visualization 2. Here we have characterized wind speed versus pressure. As shown, as pressure increases, there is a decrease in wind speed. This is because the kinetic energy and momentum of moving air masses dissipates into static air pressure as the speed slows down. This means there is a clear inverse relationship between hurricane wind pressure and barometric pressure, and we would see that major and stronger hurricanes are characterized by lower pressures rather than high pressures.
Moving on, we have in visualization 3, we are showing the hurricane's initial location of their max wind speed. So shown in this first set of filters, we are showing all recordings of hurricanes, and it's colorized by their name. Moving on, we have the initial point of max wind speed colorized by their name as well. And then moving on, we have all recordings of the storm colorized by their wind speed. And then lastly, we have the initial point of max wind speed colorized by their greatest wind speed. So as shown through the last set of filters, hurricanes tend to exhibit an increased wind speed as they near the Gulf of Mexico. This may be because the land decreases the pressure of the hurricanes, thus increasing its wind. This finding may also be supported from the inverse relationship between pressure and wind as found in the previous finding. So in conclusion, via the 3 visualizations, we come to the conclusion that a combination of 3 factors develops the strongest wind speeds in the perfect storm. Storm which develops in August, September, or October with a low pressure will move a extremely high wind speed. As it nears land masses, the pressure drops even further, allowing wind speed to increase. These factors create the perfect storm. They're perfectly portrayed by Hurricane Wilma in 2005, where the storm developed off the coast of Jamaica before it dropped pressure around the Yucatan Peninsula and continued up the Gulf. Peak winds of 190 miles per hour were measured when near the southern coast of Florida. Wilma remains the strongest recorded Atlantic hurricane to this day, thus the perfect storm. Thank you.